Drop the beat.
All right. Welcome back, everyone, to the. We have got an amazing set of interviewees tonight. My name's Captain Jack, and joining me tonight, the absolutely amazing big brain on the block, Thea. Joining me tonight for some good old interviews. Thea, how are you doing tonight?
I am doing good, considering I am tired.
Same, super same. Honestly, if things seem a little scuffed tonight, I've been spending like upwards of like 15 to 20 hours a week either moving or working on the Invitational, which if you don't know about it, go look at my Twitter. You can see like a million posts about it. But nevertheless, so if things seem a little bit off tonight, just know that is the case. But we hope to still bring you an amazing show tonight. So we just wrapped up week 2 of round of stage 2, and let me tell you, that match we just saw with Monarch and Fenrir was absolutely incredible. And with the beginning of the knockout stage, or essentially the beginning of the playoffs, only 2 weeks away, there is a push from every team, especially in the elimination bracket, to try to make it to those coveted top spots to be able to find their way back in. Well, the rest of the teams are just trying to figure out where they're going to be sitting at the table. So let's go ahead and start off with our segment for the evening, Amp It Up, where we talk about our amazing community. And tonight we're actually going for something with a positive vibe, so to speak, because we all need a little bit of positivity in our lives. So tonight, we are going to be going through the elimination brackets of all the teams that are currently participating in the Tranquility Tournament. Like we said, some of those teams are neck and neck trying to get those coveted couple of spots. And we want to kind of boost them up a little bit.
Yeah.
You know, we know that Group A and Group B, they're locked in. They're doing all right. They don't need our help. But, you know, we figured, Thea and I, we've been kind of tired. We want to share some positivity with everyone. So that is exactly what we're going to be doing tonight. So we're going to start off in the Harmony tier with the fire-breathing rubber duckies. Now, I know how y'all started this season. Y'all have been fighting at it tooth and nail. You were so close to getting back. And I know that you will go absolutely quackers once you get into that knockout stage. All right, Thea, who do we got up next?
Well, I can't beat that, but we got next here is Phoenix Rising. And let me tell you, they're sure in if they just do well in their matches. And I know that they can rise above the ashes.
Woo. There you go. That's it. All right. Next team on the list, Turbo Throwers. Don't do that. I know it's your name, but just like don't, and then you might get there. So that's the best I got for you. I know it might be hard because you're punching the turbo on the throwing, but I'll keep my fingers crossed for you that maybe you'll just be able to let go of it just this once. All right, Thea, you're up next.
Speaking of fighting, the last member of the Starchy family can make it to the playoffs if they just take all the starch within them and make that last push with all that starchy energy to hit the playoff finish line.
I can totally see it happening. Speaking of finish lines, boop. I know it season after season, it's been a little hard, but you're right there. And I know if you channel that inner Lucio, you can get there. So team up, get around that payload, like Johnny Cruz said during event week, and just push it on into the finish line. I know you can do it. All right, who do we got next?
Next, we got the one and only Fahrenheit 972, and I hate to be, cliche, but burn blue, burn bright.
All right. Nothing wrong with that. And I know we're gonna bring up the last but certainly not least Squall, who unfortunately, due to scoring right now, may not have a chance of being able to bring it back. It depends on how things kind of shake out with the teams above them. But let me tell you, every single underdog has its day, and you may just get a little bit lucky. So, if there is any possibility of you getting there, I hope to see it happen. But if not, make that last match phenomenal. Put all of your effort into it and make a statement so that next season we know that Squall is going to be causing a ruckus in the Harmony tier. Now that is going to leave us now into the Discord tier where we'll be starting off with.
We're starting off with Reckless Sigma. With a score of 2-0, I'm definitely sure you guys are gonna find yourself in. Just make sure you either win your next match or you get the best map differential. I believe it. I believe it.
Hey, I do too. And you know, every trash panda has their day, they say. So I totally think they can make it happen. Next is Wildfire. Just looking at this logo got me thinking all about the Ghost Rider and the story about that. If you're a comic book nerd like myself, looking for that righteous indignation to be able to turn the tide, and you as well as Sigma are sitting at that 2-0. So just keep pushing forward, keep that energy, keep that fire hot, and you'll find your way into the playoffs. No sweat. Next,
we've got the one and only team repping the Norse goddess Freya. And well, let me tell you, she has imbued in you the spirit of the battle. Channel it, take it, and push it to take your spot on the playoffs.
All right. Next, we have Alt F4. I mean, what can be said? That team kind of got a lot of previously amazing talent on it. You know, moved up. Many of them previous Harmony players moving up to the Discord tier this season and are just eking it out. They're so close. So just keep. I wouldn't say hit Alt F4. That might not help you during your match. So maybe avoid those keys. But how about the W key? W for dub. Hit that one.
All right. Next, after Alt F4, we have Chicago Chaos. And let me tell you, that's one bomber of a logo. And well, might as well hit the playoffs by causing a lot of bombs. Let me tell you that.
That sounds incredibly explosive there, Thea. All right. And next, a team that Thea recognizes well, Valkyrie. The Valkyries are amazing when you look into mythology, and I can just imagine the fighting spirit that this team has to be able to bring it just that much further to get to that edge. Valhalla calls. So please answer and find yourselves in that knockout bracket.
Next, we have one of the teams from the Aerial Felines org, Flying Lions. And let me tell you, soar high, roar until the end with all your might, fight with all your might.
Yeah, I totally. It might not be a reverse this time around, but as a team that's been in our community for a very long time, go out with an absolute shriek. Do not the cat. And last but certainly not least for the Discord tier, we have Maelstrom. I know that you all have tried your best in the Discord tier this time around, and I'm not for certain if you can turn the tide. But if there is any possibility, this week is the only week that you can make it happen. So start causing a stir and just absolutely obliterate the competition. And just maybe you might find yourself in that knockout bracket. All right. So now that has left us to our transcendence tier. Thea, who's the first one up to bat?
First one up to bat is Battalion. And let me tell you, the battle isn't done. Take your Men, go charge forward, continue the fight, and I'm sure you will take that spot in the playoffs.
Absolutely. And next we have Skybox. Now, I mean, a box full of sunshine? Like, come on, that's an easy dub right there. So just keep that positivity going. Use that energy that you got in that Skybox of yours and just absolutely blind the competition with your skill and positivity to get in there.
Next, we have COAG, the Council of Anime Girls, and well, Student Council orders that you still need to put the fight. So if you don't want your one and only Kaicho to get mad at you, you might as well continue to fight and bring that dub so that you represent the school well.
Indeed. All right. Next, the Whirlwind Wildcats. Now, wow, like aerial felines have had a tough go around this season, but being able to rebuild a team in a week and then be on the cusp of being able to still get into the knockout round, I mean, if that is not determination, I do not know what is. So continue to fly, cats. Make them hear your roar. And last but certainly not least,
Certainly not the least, you have Doomsday. And let me tell you, I think rather than bringing the Doomsday to yourself, you should bring it to the other teams in order to get that final spot in the playoffs.
that's true. And I mean, you're repping Dr. Doom here. Dr. Doom don't give up without a fight. Why should you? All right. So that's going to be it for our Amp It Up segment for the evening. We hope that those of you that are in the elimination bracket right now hopefully get a little bit of charge, a little bit of that serotonin to be able to get you to push through this next week and hopefully come out victors on the other side. We're going to go ahead and get our evening started with our first interviewee of the night who will be taken care of by Thea. So Thea, why don't you go ahead and introduce our first interviewee?
Yes, our first interviewee. First up, we have a flex DPS for SEAL Team Spuds. She's played in Tranquility since Season 3, been a general manager for Tempest, and has played quite a few roles in Tranquility. With flex support, main support, off tank, and now flex DPS under her belt, she's just playing Tranquility Pokemon at this rate, and desires to play every role during her time here. To boot, she's also a Trank video editor for some of the weekly montages that we see on the Iris podcast. Let's welcome Nagisa.
Hi.
Hi, Nagi. How are you doing?
I'm pretty good.
All right. So I think we need to identify the feline in the room. So under the advice of your team, please take the next minute or two to talk about anything you'd like concerning your cats. Go.
My cats? Oh my gosh. Okay. They're really cute. One's sitting right across the desk from me. I have another one over here. Man. I wish I had one on my desk right now. I have Licorice, Hikaru, Cotton, Merida, Patches. Who am I missing? Charlotte.
So many of them. What is an interesting thing that they like to do? Like one of them.
Well, I actually mentioned this before the podcast, but one of my cats likes me to pick her up and put her over her shoulder, and I just carry her around like that. Like I don't even have to hold her. She just kind of stays there.
I guess your shoulder is just very comfortable to her.
I guess so.
Well, speaking of, how we introduced that you're one of the video editors for Tranquility. So talk to us about how you got into video editing. Was it just being a gamer and wanting to make clips, or was it a skill that interested you? What drew you into video editing?
Well, so there's this game called Toontown. And when I was a kid, there was a lot of like Toontown music video makers. And so I really wanted to do that. So when I was like 8 years old, I was putting all these like clips of my tunes dancing to music in like Windows Movie Maker. And then that progressed until I was like, I think I was like 14 or 15, and I started making AMVs. And then when I started playing Overwatch, I was like, hey, I could like do these cool clip montages people do. And so it kind of progressed from being 8 years old all the way to now.
So what we're hearing is that Nagisa started very young, and Toontown
Yes.
was what spurred all of this.
Yes, literally.
I know you still play Toontown until now. Is that correct?
I do.
See, you gotta go back to your roots. The roots are always there.
Yeah,
Right.
I played that game since I was 4, so I don't want to stop now.
Okay, so after 4 seasons in Tranquility, what keeps you coming back to like playing in the T4 community tournaments?
I mean, Tranquility was my first and like only. I mean, in the beginning, I've played GGNA, but they're just not. I don't like the organization as much as Tranquility. I like the community, and I don't know. I've just always like vibed really well with any team that I've played with. So I've kind of stuck around and tried to. Oh, the cat!
Oh, there's a cat. She made an appearance.
Yeah, but yeah, I don't know. The community I think is mostly what brings me back over and over, and of course I just like how it's run. It's definitely the best out of all the ones I've played in.
Well, I will have to agree with you on that. The Tranquility community is very open and accepting for like so many people. So
Yeah.
it's a positive environment to grow.
Mm-hmm.
So taters, you mash them, boil them, you put them in a stew. So how did SEAL Team Spuds reel in the support diff in you?
Do you mean how like
Like, why in the
How
end
did
did
it
you
go?
pick up DPS?
Oh, well, that was kind of on a whim, wanting to try and play DPS because I started playing it a little more and I was like, oh, this is fun. So I like just posted for wanting to find a team, and I tried out for I think 5 different teams, but SEAL Team Spuds had like I don't know, I really liked their environment. I had other teams that I really liked their environment too, but everybody was just very welcoming and positive, and I liked that about their team because that's how I felt on like Tempest and Maelstrom. So, you know, I decided I'd go with them, and Polar also does a good job with coaching me because I kind of am I'm difficult at times. So
I've heard many good things about Polar's coaching, so you are definitely in good hands.
yeah.
So I have a question from the audience. Like, there's an audience question.
Okay.
So, are any of your cats fosters or rescues?
Yes. Patches and Merida, we adopted from this person who rescues cats, and I think she found them like just on the side of the road. So we went and we took them from her. And then Licorice, Hikaru, and Charlotte, they're all siblings. And I got them from my best friends who found them like outside their house. And they had, like, the mother had about, I think, 8 cats. And they were like, we can't keep all these 8 kittens. Do you want some? And I was like, yeah. And I started with 1, and I was like, actually, I'll take those 2. And then I was like, all right, I'll take 3.
1 is not enough, 2 not enough, 3 is like the best number for Nagisa is what we're
Yeah.
hearing.
Yes, 3 is my lucky number, so.
3 lucky number. All right. Well then, is there anything else you'd like to share to the community or even to your team?
To my team, or the community. I mean, I guess I'd like to thank my team for sticking around with me, like keeping me when I've been a little difficult at times. And I'm proud of my team because I think, we started off strong, but we've gotten even stronger with stage 2. And so I'm very proud of them, and I'm proud of us as a team. And I appreciate them for supporting me when I don't feel like I'm at my best.
And that is definitely a positive environment to be in, one that
Yeah.
always supports you through what you do.
Mm-hmm.
Well, thank you for dropping by the BeatDrop, Nagisa. It's nice interviewing you. And next we have the next interview, which will be done by Captain Jack. Take it away.
But nevertheless, let's go ahead and get into our next interviewee of the evening. Is the Flight PS player from
Jack, you're a robot. I can't hear you right now.
Oh no, I'm a robot. So that's not good. But it's not good. See if we can fix that. Here. Does it sound any better now?
I made out the end of that, and that was about it.
How about now?
There we go.
Now, okay. So it looks like
There
my echo cancellation device has took a crapper. So let's try that again, shall we, folks? So our next interview of the evening is the Flex DPS of Squall. This player has been in the Tranquility community from all the way back in Season 3, starting as main support on Alt F4, and then took One Last Ride with One Last Ride in Season 4. Now a keystone of the Storm Org, playing on both Maelstrom and now Squall, lover of cars, cut-off shirts, comics, anime, Pokemon cards, and family. Welcome to the BeatDrop, Kaz. Hey, how you doing, Kaz?
Thank you for having me, Jack. Glad to be here.
We're glad to have you here. Thanks for filling out the application.
No problem.
So I gotta ask. So we do have something a little bit in common here. You being, I believe, the first parent that we've actually interviewed on the BeatDrop.
Oh, really?
I believe so. Other than myself and Artemis, but we're on the other side of the table here. So I wanted to kind of get you to give us your thoughts about what does it mean to be like a gamer dad in today's society?
It's actually really cool. I actually want to give a shout out because my daughter's birthday was today. She just turned 7.
Happy birthday.
It's actually really cool because I've gotten her to kind of play all the games that I played when I was growing up. Mm-hmm. I got her to play all the old school Super Marios, and she loves it. She's becoming a little gamer. Nice. She loves the Nintendo Switch. She plays all her games on there. Haven't got her into Overwatch yet, but someday
we'll get there. I know that some parents either they purposefully start their kids early so that they can get in on that hand-eye coordination diff. Or
she definitely doesn't have that right now. So
it's all right. Give it a couple more years. Hone it. It'll be great. So as I was kind of hinting at, it is. For some reason in our society, gaming is still kind of frowned upon. But would you say that it kind of brings you closer to your kids and your family? I know my family is a bunch of gamers, so I know that it works with us.
Absolutely. Video games have definitely brought me and my daughter a lot closer together.
Nice.
It's definitely something we can both do, and she enjoys it. So
awesome.
She's already been to a Comic-Con as well too. So
well, you know what? I haven't, so I'm a little jealous of that. But I hope she had an amazing time.
She did, so much so that she passed out.
Oh, I'm well aware of those moments for sure. So from your player history, you were originally a main support, as we went through that long list of teams that you've been on, but at some point you made a swap from main support to flex DPS. Was there any particular reason for that?
I've always kind of played flex DPS on the side. Mainly, I was like a Reaper one trick way back, and I came from console in season 3 and started off as a Reaper and one trick, and then worked and went back to Lucio because I only played Lucio on console.
Wow, it's like, honey, Oh, did you say something, honey? Oh, no. I just heard Lucio One Trick and
Yep.
immediately thought of you. My bad. Go ahead.
No, that's pretty much it.
Very nice. All right. So, what that must be incredible to make that transition. As many know, I'm a console player myself, and being able to see kind of the growth both on the PC and console side. If you look at just tier 4 communities in general, and seeing the Overwatch just kind of blossom into kind of what it's become. Some see the toxic parts of it, which are also relevant, but we try to ignore and push under the rug as best we can. But nevertheless, there are a lot of amazing things here in the tier 4 area for sure.
Yeah.
So kind of bouncing off of that, what do you feel makes Tranquility the place for folks looking to improve themselves in the Overwatch space for the range that we look at, which is Gold to Grandmaster? I mean, first Nagi and now you. Obviously, there's got to be something here that must be special.
Honestly, it's the people. The people make the community, and the different array of people that I've met from the teams from season 3 all the way to now. There's just so much difference and like so many unique people that it just hasn't driven me away.
Yeah.
Well, I keep coming back.
I mean, our community grows and grows every day. This season alone, we ended up hitting 3,000 people in our server. So, I mean, you want to talk about a diverse group of people from all over the place. I mean, I know folks like Onzi that are halfway across the world and are still doing stuff with Tranquility. So
I think in season 3 they were under 1,000.
Yeah,
I can't remember exactly how much, but it wasn't very many.
Yeah, just the growth that Tranquility has gone through over the past, I want to say 3.5 years now has been amazing. I haven't been around for all of it, but dang, it has been a wild ride, let me tell you.
It is awesome.
Now, of course, as we kind of mentioned in the beginning, I'm not for certain of map differential or whatnot, but Squall is either teetering on elimination or unfortunately has been eliminated just due to map differential or whatnot. So what is Squall's plan moving forward? Is it a bunker down and practice in the off season? Is it look to have some just fun in the sun with one another and kind of enjoy the playoffs as a spectator, or is Kaz going to make some money moves during the off season? We might see you somewhere else.
No, I think I'm in Stormwork to stay as long as they'll have me. But
all right.
Unfortunately, we did get word today that we were officially eliminated.
Dang.
There's still technically the possibility if 2 teams drop out. You guys want to drop out?
Fingers crossed.
We could still make it, but no, everybody actually was in really high spirits. I think the attitude of the Storm org is what keeps people here. Squall is going to continue to practice, continue to scrim, and we're going to try to come back stronger next year and see what happens. From worst to first. That's what we're going to do.
I mean, you would not be the first team that we've seen be able to do that run. I mean, Dirt every season decides that they just want to take the lower bracket run. So, maybe not this season, apparently. NPC cursed that at the beginning. But, we've seen it with many teams in Tranquility, and it would not surprise us in the least to see Squall return bigger and better than ever. So, as I get prepared to ask you your final question, folks at home, if you have any questions for Kaz, be sure to be typing them in that chat. I might be asking it before we finish up our interview right here. So Kaz, nobody gets away with a weird question, which, by the way, Nagi, I'm still waiting for that answer. If you were an ice cream flavor, what would you be? Unfortunately, you've dipped out already, as we told you to do, but hopefully you're still listening and we'll be able to get that answer from you. We don't like people getting away without that. So nevertheless, your weird question of the evening, Kaz, is you find yourself in the music industry and you are ready to drop the sickest beats on the public, what would the name of your debut album be?
Oof. Oh man.
Sickest Kaz beats. Only the best Reaper one-trick music to play by. What would it be?
Big Boy Beats.
Big Boy Beats. Nice. As a big boy, I approve this. I approve of this. And apparently, I'm going to take a wild guess that this is an inside joke because I don't understand it. But OptiBot has asked, what is your favorite shade of magenta?
I don't think that's an inside joke that I know.
Okay. See, sometimes I see these weird questions and I find out that they're inside jokes with the team, and then sometimes they're just random. So, we get baited all the time. I'm going to assume that your favorite shade of magenta is probably the magenta one. Right?
It is absolutely the magenta.
Sounds
one.
absolutely
No
great.
One.
Thank you for an amazing question there, OptiBot. And Kaz, that concludes our portion of the interview together. So glad to have you here, fam. I know
Thanks
I've been following you for quite a long time, and we don't get to talk very often. So I'm glad we got the chance tonight.
I'm usually the quiet one, so it was kind of surprising I even did this anyways.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with that. We encourage everybody to come here on the BeatDrop. So I'm going to give you a chance. Any last things you want to talk about or shout out before we let you go for the evening?
Shout out to all my Squall boys and girls. I love you all. We'll be back next season.
Woohoo! All right. Keep it up, Squall. We're going to see you back next season for sure. And Thea is going to be taking us away with our final interview of the evening.
Welcome, I'm back, and our final interview for the evening is with the off-tank of Sky Guardians joining us on the stage. He started in Tranquility in Season 6 on Ultraviolet and is becoming a standout name in the community and is looking to make a statement this season with a playoffs run. They're currently, I think, around 3rd seed in the Aurum brackets, but we'll see how they're going to run. So with Diva Bombs for Days, you better hope your BAP Snap is on cooldown. Welcome, Bubba Wyatt.
Hey, Thea. I can't really say good afternoon because a little bit too late for that. But I guess how are you doing tonight?
Well, I'm doing well. I did say I was tired at the start of this BeatDrop, but we're just gonna keep on going. Okay, I need to know. So I introduced you as someone with Diva Bombs for Days. But you just played main tank in your match last night. So how was the main tank experience? Like, will we be seeing more main tank Bubba this season?
It was extremely weird. I wouldn't be opposed to forcing a bit of Monkey or maybe some Ryan if we don't get a main tank. But I'm hoping that it's a one-time thing and I can go back to my Diva Sigma jail.
Well, you did say like you are very comfortable on Diva and you're known for your Diva bombs, right?
Yes.
So I heard from the grapevine, from your teammates technically, that they have this meme involving you because you have this funny habit. So what goes through your mind whenever you send the words "ah" to your teammates as soon as they get on Overwatch?
I don't know actually. I think it started with for a while Yoon and I would whisper to her every time she'd get on Overwatch, just nut, and we'd like reply with different like she'd reply with an exclamation point, I'd reply then with a period, and then she'd reply with a question mark. And then that was just the entire conversation. And then I just changed it to starting with Bree. Then I think I did it to O last night, but it's pretty much mostly just Bree that I do it to.
Just mostly just Bree?
It's mostly just Bree.
Why Bree specifically?
I don't know actually. I think it was just the first person I did it to, and I might start doing it to Milo and the rest of the team now.
Well, certainly they appreciate it one way or another. It's considered a meme according to, the person I talked to. We're not saying who. So another thing I've heard is that, you've left your country boy roots to head somewhere else. So Kansas or Florida, where would you rather be and why?
I think I prefer the people, at least just like the everyday like school people in Kansas. But I'd say because I'm on cross country, I'd say I'd rather stay in Florida because my coach is amazing, my team is insane. So I think I'd much rather stay in Florida despite all the humidity.
True, true. Florida is a very humid place. As someone who has grown up in a tropical country, humidity is very stressful to deal with. But if what you love to do is there, you're willing to suffer with it, right?
Yep.
So, as I mentioned, there's this nifty hypothetical seeding that was made by Mr. Yeti. Shout out to Yeti for doing this. So Sky Guardians is locked in for third seed in Aurum if you don't lose by anything other than a 3-2. So do you think you can win against BBB next week and in a score better than 3-2?
I believe so, yes. I'm hoping that it's a 4-0. No disrespect to BBB. Mostly so that on that fourth map, I made a deal with Milo. I don't know how many people know about this. I made a deal with Milo as a joke a while ago, where if the Shock beat Chengdu, uh, in Owl, then I would be allowed to play DPS on fourth map, even though I'm like 1750.
That's crazy. And did Shock win over Chengdu?
Yes, they did.
So there we go. So BBB, you heard that? If some shenanigans are gonna happen in map 4 if like Sky Guardians are up. So make it harder for them. Any words you want to say to BBB though?
Not really. I'd rather not stir the fire between me and Yeti anymore. You know.
Oh. Okay. Oh, I have a question from the audience. I will ask this before your very hard question.
Mhm.
Let's see. So I'm assuming that you're in Florida for college. So are you there for sports or for something else?
Well, I'm not in college, but I moved here because of family work. My dad they shut down his branch in like in Kansas, so he would have to fly down here every like 2 months in order to work here. But we just decided because they paid us to move down here, we just decided to come down to Florida. And honestly, I think if I didn't move to Florida, I probably wouldn't even be here, honestly.
Oh,
I could,
really?
yeah, I was more of playing Xbox when I was still in Kansas, and I also like left my house a lot more when I was in
Okay.
Kansas. I don't really leave my house a lot now.
Well, apparently we wouldn't have Bubba Wired over here showing us big diva bombs if all of this didn't happen. So maybe serendipity totally works. Okay, I have the hardest question I have for you tonight. Who is your favorite between your two dogs?
Uh, Definitely the big one, Kip, because
Oh,
he'll actually like stay and like he'll just stay next to me. But the little one, Mac, if my mom comes in or if he even like hears anything, he'll start barking, he'll run to her, he'll just do anything he can to get away from me. The Kip, the big one, I can keep near me for a pretty long time.
so you can keep near you, but you can't carry him for more than 5 seconds.
I mean, that's what happens when he's 56 pounds of basically pure muscle. So,
Pure dog muscle. Well,
mhm.
That's what we have from Bubba Wyatt over here. Thank you for joining us in the BeatDrop. It was like nice to know you, and I'm looking forward to seeing more of Sky Guardians games next week, and maybe we see more off-tank Bubba. Wouldn't that be interesting?
Hopefully.
But wait, anything else you want to share before we wrap it up?
Really just thank my teammates, O and Milo for carrying, Milo for being a content machine, and from his own quote, overhyped. And then Billy got for coaching last season, and I guess Rock Mars for coaching this season.
Well, certainly they have been good coaches, and clearly Milo is a content machine. If you've seen the pictures of the Sky Guardians people, they've been just parading his ass around. So, anyways, that's what we have here. Thank you, Bubba.
Yes,
It was nice
PJ.
talking to you. So I'm bringing it back to Captain Jack and I to close this off.
Oh goodness, they.
Have you not seen the Sky Guardians?
I've not. I have not seen the parade of Milo's gluteus maximus making the rounds. So you know what? If you got cheeks for days, show it off. That's what I say. So make sure the carry is in the trunk. Needless to say. So want to give a special thank you to Nagisa, Kaz, and Bubba Wyatt for volunteering to be interviewed tonight. Normally, we would ask if you'd like to be interviewed, you can join, but our schedule is full up for the rest of the season. But hopefully, we've seen some, at least a lot more success than we saw with the original BeatDrop over on YouTube. So, you know, if you keep showing up, you keep showing us that you enjoy this, then maybe BeatDrop Season 8, we'll be starting that back up again. So, let us know, as always, how we can improve things here at the BeatDrop. This is always kind of an experiment, as you can tell from the last couple of weeks, just the random things that we've tried doing. But let us know what you like, what you don't like, and we'll see what we can do to make that better, as always. Thea, thank you so much for helping me out tonight. I know that you were tired, I'm tired, we're both tired, but you really were the carry tonight of our podcast. So anything else you'd like to talk about or share before we close out for the evening?
Honestly, thank you for having me on the BeatDrop and for taking a chance actually with having me as an interviewer. This is my first year on the BeatDrop, and you know, it's been a wonderful experience. And even though I am tired and I would like to sleep,
I don't know what that is, Thea.
I mean, honestly, talking to people in the community has been very interesting, and finding to know more about them, especially as someone who just likes engaging with the community.
That's absolutely true. I know that folks didn't really enjoy the sometimes 1.5 to 2 hours of content for our YouTube videos, but for me, that's the part that I love about it. I get to learn about the teams and the players, and I get to meet everybody and really get to kind of know folks in the community. So if you're interested in that, if this kind of sparks something in you that you would like to try out for the BeatDrop, we definitely need more folks. Unfortunately, I'm getting super busy this time of year with casting outside of Tranquility, as well as other things that are going on. So we need more hands. Many hands make light work, they say. So if you're interested, please be sure to reach out to me on Discord, to shoot a DM over to me, say, hey, Captain Jack, I'd love to help you out any way you can. Even if you don't want to be an interviewer, you can help us out, you know, by writing scripts or getting us clips to show on the BeatDrop. Anything like that. We've got lots of ways that you can help us out with us over here. So from Thea, all of our wonder interviewees, and myself, Captain Jack, that's been the BeatDrop, and we'll see you all next Thursday night.